It is a wonderful night here. Welcome to my farm kitchen. I am Marie-Louise Ludwig, pushing 25 wonderful years here on QVC as what we call maybe a food and kitchen aficionado. And I have to tell you, excited and honored to be stepping in for the folks in McKees Rock, Pennsylvania. Jenny Lee Swirl bread. Let me tell you why, a little story. One of the things I love the most about being a guest on QVC, especially representing food, is when I represent maybe a smaller company, a whole bunch of heritage, a whole lot of memories, generations of families who've been doing the same thing for a very long time and making recipes that we love. And today, we're going on a trip. So, if you watch me, I like to take trips. We're getting on the Turnpike in Westchester and we're heading due west where the three rivers come together outside of Pittsburgh, McKees Rocks, a beautiful little town. I had the opportunity to visit and actually go through the bakery and watch the 5 generations. Let's go back to 1875. We've almost got 150 years on this. 5 generations of a family still creating this beautiful swirl bread. And you've got some great choices here tonight. So bear with me while we do all the business first. So from Jenny Lee, this is item number M97071. You are going to have a choice of 4 18-ounce loaves of our ever popular swirl bread. And new and exciting, you're looking right now at our blueberry muffin cinnamon. So you can have 4 loaves of that, 18 ounces, about 18 to 20 slices, fully baked, arrives fresh to your door, fully sliced and ready to enjoy. Or you can enjoy 4 loaves of our classic cinnamon swirl, where it all began, that small batch baking. Or I highly recommend you try them both. You can get the combo, and the combo will be 2 of the 18-ounce loaves of the classic cinnamon swirl and 2 of the 18-ounce loaves of our brand new blueberry muffin cinnamon swirl. Love this bread. Love that it's baked fresh. You should see the lines outside of their store. And by the way, the excitement continues here because you could also get this on auto delivery. So that'll be delivered to you every 60 days for 1 year. The QVC feature price tonight on this is $30.98. For 4 big loaves, that breaks down to $7.74 for a loaf. Or if you choose, you can get it on 3 easy payments of $10.33. I would love now for you to come with me to meet that family. Let's go to McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. Let's go to the bakery where everything is made. I have to tell you, the beauty of this, it starts by sourcing sustainable ingredients, cage-free eggs, the best flour, the best apples and cinnamon and cranberries. In this case, the best blueberries. I'm going to tell you all about it. Fermented, still made with yeast, so it's naturally fermented. They sheet it, they roll it out, they roll all the ingredients into it. All of them are cut, they're weighed, they're going to those custom crimp pans. You're going to see that special design on there. Everything is made in small batches. I'm going to show you the most exciting part. It's called the butter bath. Butter bath with cinnamon sugar, sliced up for you, put into great bags. Get it at home. It's fresh. You eat it, you freeze it, you give some of it away, and you enjoy it. But I want to show you something now. I'm going to put my gloves on here because I'm going to make a little bit of a mess. What makes this so incredibly special? By the way, let's do a little close-up shot here. You can tell I'm going to get a little messy. Can't you? Yeah, I could do it without the gloves because I'm home, but I don't think I'm going to. What makes this exceptional is the swirl. Fermented bread, you have to know, it is the crumb, it is the texture, it is the time that it takes for it to rise so it gets nice and airy and light. And through the middle of this is our signature cinnamon swirl. But what makes this exceptional on every single piece is the crust. And not just any crust. It is a crust that's loaded with a buttery blend with cinnamon sugar. So when you take it out of the package fresh, and let's say you pop it into the toaster and that crust gets warm, that cinnamon and sugar melts and gets really crispy. Oh, I love it. You probably love it. Okay, let's do a butter bath. So once these are baked, This is what we do. This is what our loaf looks like. If I would break that open, you would see that signature swirl on the inside. You would see that lovely crumb and texture. But what they do, what makes this special, and what most large bakeries, I would say, yeah, most large bakeries don't do anymore, is hands-on. Did you see those hands in the butter bath? So let's do this. Got a butter blend right here. How we finish it off? Butter. All on the sides, all on the ends. Isn't that lovely? Imagine that butter blend soaking into that yummy bread. Okay, then it dives into cinnamon sugar. Not just any cinnamon sugar. The cinnamon that they use is a custom blend. They actually bring it in from Vietnam and Indonesia as bark. It is ground up for them. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is how it finishes off. So that loaf of bread, that naked loaf of bread, which is still really delicious, I like to call it. Now look at it. All the way around, completely crusted with that delicious cinnamon sugar, all the way to the end caps on this. 18 to 20 pieces per loaf, which we love. That's a lot. So we've got 4 loaves on there. You've got over 80 pieces of bread. But I'm going to show you a whole bunch of different things that I love about this. First of all, here we go. Okay, I'm back, and I did not do any of that. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you to my husband. A little hand clap for my husband right here. So let's talk about the bread, and let's talk about the individual flavors. What makes the blueberry muffin cinnamon swirl so special? Here we go. Let's talk about 3 blueberries, 3 different ways, shall we? Okay, you've got the batter. So what they start with are these big, plump, juicy, frozen blueberries. They go into the batter, and as they do, they get chopped up, so you've got blueberries all the way through it, all right? Then that's still not enough. They use a fresh blueberry emulsion. Note the tint on that, just the slightest tint of blue with the blueberry emulsion. And if that's not enough, to make that just like a blueberry muffin in their bread, they finish it off with dried blueberries, wonderful dried blueberries. It gets that butter bath. It gets that finish, that dredge, that generous dredge of that cinnamon sugar. It gets sliced. It gets put into a bag. It gets a little tab on the end. It goes into a box, and it gets shipped fresh to you from our bakery in beautiful McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, to your door. All 4 of these loaves. Can you see all these loaves right here? Can they pan a little bit or no? Is that asking too much? 4 of these loaves, and they're a nice big size. So check this out. You get 4 of these home, and because we don't use artificial preservatives or anything in there, you got a couple ways to enjoy these. As is, keep them on the countertop. You've got a few good days on there. You don't ever want to put bread into the refrigerator. If you're not going to eat it right away, or if you're somebody who says, you know what, I'm going to enjoy a couple pieces, and then I'm going to wrap it back up in this custom freezer bag and pop it into the freezer and just take it out as you need it. That's really great. Or an update. If you want the all cinnamon, that would be 4 loaves of the classic cinnamon bread. We had 200 left. That's correct. 200 of those left. Yay. Grab those if you will. If you want all 4 of the blueberry muffin cinnamon swirl, 230 of those remain. And the combo? If you want the combo, I'm going to say that's going the fastest. Yes? The combo is flying. All right, so there we go. All right, so let's take a little peek at this. The cinnamon, the classic cinnamon. So remember, I would love if we could, by the way, before I ask to go back to the bakery again, in case you're just joining us, I want everybody to join me back at the bakery. We have won the QVC Customer Food Choice Awards several times, I do believe. And this year we are nominated once again for the 2024. I believe that show's going to be on September 18th, nominated in the category of Best Bread. We are going to keep our fingers crossed on here. But the offer today, if you're just joining us, we are going to McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. Jenny Lee, 5 generations of bakers. Scott, his dad, Bernie, is still there. I'll show you Bernie is. But look, this is the beauty of this. The same recipe that they've been doing since 1875. Next year, 150 years. Do you see that? Those are hands. Those are the hands of our bakers who are online. Bernie, Scott's dad, right there on the left, still goes into that bakery every day, makes some fantastic cookies and cakes too on the off season. But look, you can see all of our bakers there carefully weighing each one, putting them into our specially designed signature crimp pans. When they're done baking, they go into that beautiful, sumptuous butter bath, and that great yeast bread absorbs all that butter. Then they are all by hand. You saw that, all by hand. They are dredged with a generous amount of cinnamon sugar. They are cut into slices. If you can see right here, each loaf, each 18-ounce loaf is going to have about 18 to 20 slices. By the way, I'm going to tell you, I'm a Toledo girl. I'm going to tell you, I don't know what you call this. My dad calls this the heel. That end piece on there, look at that. On one side, you've got that beautiful signature swirl, and on the other side, oh my goodness, it is just encrusted with that cinnamon sugar and that butter finishing it off. So lots to play with here, but I really want to share some recipes with you. Carrie, how much time do I have left for recipe sharing? Got a little bit of time here? Yes, I think Carrie wants to take a little break. All right, so what can you do with this? Obviously, out of the toaster, it is so good toasted. It's great with a little bit of butter, a little bit of jam. It reminds me of the days growing up when my grandma had cinnamon toast. Back in the day, we had, I think, just white bread, but she would toast it off and put some butter and a little cinnamon sugar, and it was delicious. But it's great just like that. By getting 4 of these loaves, let's get a little creative. And I'm not talking about you have to be like a super chef to do this, okay? So here's what I did. How about French toast? Either one of those come together. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pieces of the bread. I made a little bit of batter with like 5 eggs and a little bit of half and half and some vanilla, dipped them in a little bit of butter in the pan, grilled them off, and finished them with some fresh peaches, and then just a little dollop here and there of some wild blueberries. If you want to then, take some syrup. I love fresh maple syrup, maybe with a little bit of vanilla bean in that, and look at that. So, and that's only 6 of those pieces. And remember, you're getting 4 loaves. So well over 80 pieces in there. Doesn't that look beautiful? All right, so we love French toast, but can I tell you to step aside from what you usually love to make your sandwiches, because I'm going to say chicken salad is really good on our bread. A toasted piece of bread with chicken salad, you've got that cinnamon flavor in there, add a little bit of blueberry to that, and that is really good as well. So chicken salad or any kind of sandwich, really. Of course, for breakfast, an egg, just doing an egg on toast, making an egg sandwich with a little bit of cheese, maybe the happy to meet you round sausage patties. I love those. Those are absolutely delicious on here. But I have to say, and I'm going to get back to the offer, I swear to you, this is my favorite thing to do, bread pudding. It is so easy. This card is a mess because I've used it so many times. It will tell you about 1 loaf of the bread in there. I add, what you do is, I think I took about 10 eggs in a dish and I mixed them all up with some half and half brown sugar, regular sugar, vanilla, tore my bread pieces, put them in there, poured everything on the top, 350 degrees for about 35, 45 minutes. I actually made mine in a deeper pan. You can make it in a 9x13. Bread pudding with this. It is moist. It is delicious. Should we cut some? Should we cut some? Let's cut a little bit of that and show everybody what this looks like. So you're having people over for dinner and you want to do something a little special? Oh my goodness sake, look at that. Should we finish that off with just a little bit of my favorite all butter caramel sauce? Oh my goodness, warm and gooey out of the oven. So this is the offer. These are our largest loaves that we have right here. So let's go back. So this is going to be item number M97071 from Jenny Lee. You've got 3 choices here, and it is on auto delivery. So you can choose 4 of the classic cinnamon. Remember, these are 18 ounces, small batch baking, fewer than 200 of those. Or you can choose 4 of the blueberry muffin cinnamon swirl. That's our newest loaf. Tastes just like a blueberry muffin. Blueberries 3 ways in there. We have 205 remaining of those. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could choose the combo. And that will bring you home today 2 of our classic cinnamon swirl and 2 of our blueberry muffin cinnamon swirl on here. I will tell you what, it is such a pleasure. By the way, these will go in your freezer for 6 months. I don't think they're going to last that long, but I'll tell you, I think it is so wonderful. One of the best things, I always say this about QVC, is that we have the opportunity as a company to go across America and highlight family businesses, smaller businesses, medium businesses, businesses that maybe have been in business, much like Jenny Lee, for what will be 150 years next year, and bring them to you. Because I've been to the bakery, it's where the Three Rivers come together in Pittsburgh, and then it's over